First things first, I'm going to give our honor and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakadash. Say, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakadash. And we give double honors to our apostle elders.
To the apostle elders, the great millstone, which speaks the knowledge, wisdom, and
Standing
understanding
in the
the spirit and power of Yahweh outside. 2023, the hopeful year that all the prophecies are fulfilled. Yahweh outside is coming quickly, man.
On the way to the plantation. I thought I'd dive into this quick lesson. Lord willing, the
highway, let me get it in, man. If not, I'll do a retake to it tomorrow, Lord willing. But I was listening to
the apostle going into
the facts of, you got that new C-hip song that was out, and in that song you see it says that the tree shall grow, the fruit shall do this, because at the end of the day, what's going on here is that you have the world that is being held ransom, man.
All right, the world is being held ransom right now because guess what? There's
poverty
is fake. Okay, why do I say that? This situation
in Ukraine to show you that poverty is a construct. It's constructed. You living check by check. You not having enough. All that is by way of the curses. But on the broad spectrum of it, that being poor is really a constructive thing, because they got done sending 48 or 68 billion dollars over to Ukraine, and imagine if you gave every American that
amount of money.
Not to cause a war, but everybody would have roughly
about 150,000,
200,000 in the bank overnight. And they have all our tax returns by way of, they showed you that during the pandemic with that little money they were giving everybody. Okay? I just say that to say that the world is being held hostage. All of this is fake, man. When the Lord takes the wicked out of power, it's going to be freed. But what they're going to do is that they're going to force the world to take this thing to enter into their new utopia. All right, what they're going to do is they're going to come out. They're going to come out with all of this technology, all the reusable technology. But why don't they want to do it now? Because guess what? There won't be a control there. That means you won't depend on their way of their system. You won't depend on their way of life. You can say no, we have our own energy, but if they slip that thing,
all right, and then you take it to get into that new world, guess what? You're always going to be
under their power. So that's what it's all about.
It's about control.
Because what is the Lord coming to do for us? He's coming to free us. We're not going to be under bondage under this system. We're not going to have a social security card, because that's a way
of number in Israel. So the Lord is going to
do away with all of this system, man.
Free us from the bonds of this system that we've been placed in. But that's what you see happening right now, because guess what? We could run cars on electricity. We could run cars on reusable energy, solar energy. There's been different inventors that came out with different technology that are using clean energy. Maglev trains, like everybody can have free transportation. But what it is that they're holding the earth, the world as we know it, hostage for that. Because once they take that, then you can have the goodies. Just like if you see in a movie where they got the knife to the person's throat, they said, give me the money or I hurt them. That's what they're doing. That's what they're saying by the way of this. If you don't go their
way, guess what? There's going to be consequences.
All right, that's why they're letting that movie out, Megan,
or that movie's out with Megan, because they have to televise
their punches. They have to tell you what's gonna happen. It's not a coincidence that it says this is the year. This is the year, because what are we coming to? We're coming to a financial reset. We're coming to a financial reset. We're coming to a great reset of the way the world runs. So that's all the things that we're leading into that, man, because they have to telegraph their punches. So the time we at now, we have to learn, we have to watch. But this shows you who is the real culprit. Because what's Esau doing? He's putting a knife to the world's throat and saying that, look, you got to come under the way I want you to go, or I'm gonna hurt the earth. And that's why you see in Isaiah where it says that the land is polluted under inhabitants thereof. Isaiah 24. So you see that we're in a time where the Lord has to send a redeemer, and spiritual power is coming, because that's going to help the earth. But the ultimate redeemer is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is not just coming to save us, he's coming to save
the planet Earth.
That's why it says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Just like somebody has somebody
hostage, they got their hand around their throat, they might have a knife, and they're saying, back up, or they might have a gun to the hostage head. That's what you see, man. Esau has contingencies for
this thing that's coming, because it's inevitable. He's been prepped, and he's been privy to the downfall of this wicked society, man. And now even more or less with the prophets on the four corners of the planet Earth, the prophecies of the Lord, Ezekiel the 37th chapter, breathing the breath into the nation of Israel, which are dispersed Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the ones that are called to the faith. All right, but the time we had now, Esau,
like my man in North Cave said, pleasing he has the world hostage.
Man, he's a madman. We clearly see he don't care about health. He don't care about ethics. He don't care about morals. He don't care about none of that, man. He's not.
Like I said earlier, the soul which is lifted up is not upright within him.
So now what we got to do is stay awake. And you got guys in camps
that don't want to cut ties, man. You don't want to cut ties. They still have contracts with this man.
You got to get away from him. He's a madman. He's showing
his horn. And I remember the
apostles and elders always saying this, that there's going to
come a time where Esau shows his horn. And he's
starting to show it now by the way of the World Economic Forum. Those are the horns, man. They say clearly they want to knock a large amount of humans off the planet Earth. They're openly saying it, because what did they do before? They did it under the cover of darkness. They did it unknowingly. They were doing it without you knowing. That's where we get high fructose corn syrup. You know, in my job, I talk to people, man. You know how many people got high blood pressure? They're taking the same type of pills, because it's an engineering, it's an agenda. Everybody shouldn't have high blood pressure. What the hell? I thought it's all your genes, but it's different people from walks of life having the same ailments. Because why? What do we all have in common? The food we eat, the water we drink, all right, and the air that we breathe. So there's something going on a wide scale that's affecting the majority of the people, man. So they've been doing it strategically. Now they have to come up front with it, because they believe in their so-called cause, man. They believe what they're doing is righteous, that they're knocking off millions of people in the sake of righteousness.
It says, "What a man's ways seem good to himself." I'm paraphrasing that, but Esau's ways, he thinks it's good, man. What he's doing. That's why the Lord has man. Deer got smacked. The Lord has a spirit on Esau, man. The Lord has given him wholly over to Satan, and he's doing what he's doing. But the time we at now, Esau has held the world for ransom. And what's going to happen now, the ransom is you and the people taking that thing and to come into the utopia. Control your thing in your body. You can't control the economics behind the free energy. It's not going to work. That's why they're going to have a universal, what is it? A universal, not currency. They're going to have a universal currency, but a universal paycheck, pretty much, where you're going to be able to get money, because guess what? They're going to let go all the clean energy, all the stuff. We're not going to run off fossil fuels, all those things that Jake has been and the world has been doing, man. All right, so that's what's going to be let go. I'm pulled up to my destination. I'm getting ready to head out, but I just had this on my spirit, and Lord, when I can do a part 2 to it just to follow up. But this man is holding the world ransom for that thing, and you have to take that thing to get into his new world, man. All right, so Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to try to do a part 2 today. With that, I want to say, call Holoim Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Akak Wadash, say, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakat the Yahweh, Barak the outside, Barakat the Yahweh, Barak the outside, by Shema Karta Dot. Shalom, and as always, keep faith. Shalom.